Hello there, I'm Renee Brack. This is Movie Juice, and I've got great news. The Dark Knight is here, and I've seen it. Last week I was like 4 sleeps to go, 3 sleeps to go, 2 sleeps to go, and then I couldn't sleep at all. This sequel to Batman Begins is again directed by Christopher Nolan, again stars Christian Bale as the Batman, and of course, we'll see Heath Ledger as the Joker. As well as all that good stuff, there's a string of big names co-starring too.
A year ago, these cops and lawyers wouldn't dare cross any of you. I mean, what happened?
So what are you proposing?
It's simple. Kill the Batman. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're tonight's entertainment. Well, hello, beautiful. You look nervous.
I've seen now what I have to become to stop men like him.
He's also created this symbol, and that symbol can't have limits. He can't show weakness ever, and so you have the fight between what is good for Bruce Wayne and what is the right thing to do for Batman.
Rachel, Natasha, Natasha, Rachel.
Natasha, are you the
Prima ballerina for the Moscow Ballet.
Wow, Harvey's taking me next week.
Really? So, you're into ballet?
Bruce, this is Harvey Dent.
The famous Bruce Wayne. Rachel's told me everything about you.
I certainly hope not. So, let's put a couple tables together.
I'm not sure that they'll let us.
Oh, they should. I own the place.
Batman is the Dark Knight. Batman has to hide his deeds. He cannot tell who he really is because he's going outside of the law doing it. I am the White Knight in that I am the city's hope, and I'm doing it within the boundaries of the law. It's an interesting dynamic because the way that Chris has set up the movie is that socially we're compatible. They do run in the same circles. Funny enough, they like the same girl.
You know that day that you once told me about when Gotham would no longer need Batman? It's coming.
You can't ask me to wait for that.
It's happening now. Harvey is that hero. He locked up half of the city's criminals, and he did it without wearing a mask. Gotham needs a hero with a face.
You can throw a party, Wayne, I'll give you that. You mind if I borrow Rachel?
I had an idea of what the Joker would be in the world we'd created of Batman Begins. And to me, it was creating a sort of psychologically credible anarchist. That is the most frightening form of evil. The enemy who has no rules, the enemy who's not out for anything, who can't be understood. And while Jonah was working on the first draft, I met with Heath, and he really seemed to relate to what I was talking about. He seemed to understand how this character could be extraordinarily frightening and fresh and different than anything that had been done before.
This city deserves a better class of criminal. I'm gonna give it to him. No! You'll see. I'll show you.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
The Dark Knight is probably the most anticipated movie of the year, so check it out. Now it's time for Trailer Park. Alicia Malone looks into the future of film and shows us what's coming to Australian cinemas very soon.
This week's trailer is simply called Choke. Now, it's based on a book by the same author of Fight Club, but will it be as popular on film? I'm not sure, but the trailer looks pretty funny. Check it out.
Excuse me, miss, that mole on your thigh?
Yeah.
You might want to get that looked at. Melanoma is the most common cancer for women, especially blondes.
What's your name?
Victor.
I'm Cherry Daiquiri. It's not my real name.
We are not born evil sinners or perfect knockoffs of God. The world tells us whether we're heroes or victims, but we can decide for ourselves.
My name's Victor. Sometimes the best place to start is at the beginning.
What?
I am the backbone of colonial America.
the tour guide.
I'm a historical interpreter.
Hi, Victor. How art thou?
That's funny.
She's an amazing woman, your mother.
She's getting worse. She never knows who I am anymore. Who am I today?
Some guy named Fred. Oh, you'll never change, Fred.
So now you want to sleep with your mom's doctor.
What time do you get off?
You don't have to do that.
What?
Try to have sex with me.
Oh, I really do.
Satan, 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 Satan. And this is where it kind of goes off the deep end.
All I had to do was answer one simple question. What would Jesus not do?
You can't fool people into loving you.
Want to bet?
Apparently, you're capable of having sex with everyone but me.
The fact that some part of you resisted turning this into the usual nothing.
I think maybe I want to like you instead.
Maybe you're not so bad after all.
No, dude, I am. I really am. Hey, you changed your hair.
Yeah, because of what you said about blondes getting skin cancer.
Nice guy. That's it for now. I'll see you on the next trailer park.
Now, this is one film I really want you to see. Remember that iconic photo from the 1968 Olympics in Mexico? One white and two African-American runners are standing on the winner's dais, two of them with their fists in the air in solidarity with the fight for racial equality. Well, Salute is an Australian-made film about the Australian who's in that photo. I found out all about it from the filmmaker Matt Norman, who's in my top 5 of most interesting people I've interviewed this year.
Who the hell's he?
Peter Norman. Peter Norman is flying on the outside.
Salute is the story of a forgotten man. Who was he and why was he forgotten?
I suppose in this country, back in 1968, it wasn't very cool to be standing up for the black man of society. And even though Peter has the record for Australia still after 40 years, he's always been that person that's been forgotten. Because as soon as you say the name Peter Norman to the Olympic Committee, you're pretty much starting to say something about civil human rights. And I think a lot of people like to shut that side of him down so that he doesn't get that opportunity. So that's pretty much why I'm here, to give him that opportunity back. I think the whole journey behind this film for me was to show Australians that, number one, we had an Australian that got a silver medal in an Olympic Games in an event that is usually dominated by black America. And it's something to be proud of as a sports-hungry country that we are. But secondly, he stood up for the right of mankind to be exactly the same, no matter what colour or what race or what country.
It's not just an historical documentary, it's a very emotional film. Have you been with audiences and experienced the feeling in the room, and what is that feeling?
Watching people cry in the film every single time it's been on is weird, is very weird. But, you know, I suppose the upsetting thing for me is that I would have loved Peter to be there to watch, because that's upsetting for me, because I did this for him. I didn't do it to make money. I didn't do it for international acclaim. I did a film for an uncle that I love and to show him off to all my new friends.
It's a pleasure for me to know Peter, and it's a pleasure for my people to know Peter Norman.
And it's interesting to note that just before Heath Ledger's tragic death, there was talk of him playing Peter Norman in the movie version of The Story of Salute. Now, if you'd like to see Salute for free, we have 20 double passes to give away, all thanks to the terrific people at Paramount Pictures. Go to moviejuice.com.au, click freebies, register your details, then answer this question in 25 words or less. What would you do to fix the problem of racism? Well, that's it for this show. Next week, we find out the truth is indeed out there, because Mulder and Scully will be telling us all about the new X-Files movie. And I'll be having a chat with director Ira Sachs about his new one called Married Life. It's not what you think. See you then.